last, First Lady Michelle Obama is officially the new First Lady of Fashion.
Oh, that's Michelle. Wow.
The color just blended in with her skin, and she was just flattering.
And so I like the yellow, and I like how she had the undercoat over or under the overcoat. And then her turquoise shoes obviously give it a little bit more color, and I really appreciate that. And the detail on the collar was amazing.
She stole his thunder a little bit yesterday with the stunning outfits that she wore. Created by two up-and-coming designers, Isabel Toledo made the outfit that Mrs. Obama wore to her husband's swearing in, and she joins us this morning. Good morning, Isabel, and as a fellow Cuban-American, felicidades.
Gracias.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Good morning.
I know that you have been working in this industry for a long time, very well known and respected in the fashion world, but now all of America knows your name. That's got to feel pretty good.
Oh, it's feeling good. I'm feeling the energy.
I bet. Tell me, you didn't know for sure that she was going to wear that, right?
No, absolutely not.
So your reaction when you saw her come out in your dress and your coat for the inauguration?
It was a dream come true. I was really so happy to see how optimistic she looked and how comfortable and warm, actually. So I did my job.
It was worn by design, right?
Yes, absolutely. It was
What
layered.
did you include?
Well, it's a wool lace, and it's layered with a silk net, and it's got silks inside and about 3 layers of silk, and it's also quilted inside. So she was ready.
She always chooses, or I should say usually, most of the time chooses color. Why did you think yellow for this outfit?
I called it lemongrass, interestingly enough, because it felt fresh, it felt new, and optimistic. Again, the color really felt it was an optimistic choice, and I wanted to please her in that way.
It looks like a ton of work went into it, so much detail. Tell us about how long it took to create this.
Oh. Well, in the designing, of course, it took a while, and then really about a week and a half to get all the ladies at the studio to accomplish it, because it had to all be woven together, all the different layers. So it was hard work for about a week and a half non-stop, right before the holidays.
What about the pressure of knowing that you were creating something for the future First Lady that she might wear on the most important day?
It was an amazing responsibility, really, because I wanted to capture the same emotion that I know I was feeling. I wanted to get that emotion across to people just on the way that she looked. And I wanted to feel, I felt hopeful, and I wanted the garment to feel hopeful, and I wanted people to feel that from the garment. And in fact, to help her get her point across of hope and change and the dream of the future.
Well, you definitely succeeded. Are there any accents that she added on her own?
The jewelry, yes. The neck piece, which looked amazing, amazing.
It complemented it well. What about the green, the accent of the green shoes and the green gloves?
Also she did.
Wow.
And that was J. Crew, I believe, or...
Yeah, the gloves were J. Crew and the pumps were Jimmy Choo, and it all worked beautifully together.
Yes.
Isabel, again, I congratulate you. We're going to be hearing from you and seeing you a lot more, I have a feeling.
Thank you very much. Keep warm.
Okay, thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Let's talk more now about Mrs. Obama's fashion. We're joined by Robin Givhan. She is fashion editor of the Washington Post. Good morning.
Good morning.
What did you think? Let's start with the Isabel Toledo outfit.
Oh, well, I mean, I thought it was wonderful. And as Isabel said, I mean, the color I thought was particularly striking. I mean, this is a First Lady who can wear all sorts of interesting and wonderful colors, so it was nice to see her veer away from the usual red or blue for the swearing in. And, you know, I thought it was just really terrific that she reached out and chose a designer who's sort of not the usual suspect.
Exactly right. And she did the same for her evening gown. That's actually Jason Wu, who's an up-and-coming designer,
like 5 years old.
Who was an intern for Narciso Rodriguez and is now seeing his stuff worn on inauguration night to the balls.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's funny because they were so secretive about what she was going to wear, and part of the way they were able to do that is they called in a lot of different designers for the day pieces and for evening. So they really, none of the designers really had an idea if she was going to wear their piece or not. So Jason didn't find out literally until she walked on stage. And I'm sure had a heart attack.
I spoke with one of Michelle Obama's best friends the day before yesterday, and she told me that on purpose, they don't want it to be, she doesn't want to be the style icon that she's become. Yeah. She doesn't want it to be about her clothes.
Yeah, I mean, I had been starting to hear that she was having some ambivalence about all of the obsession with her clothes. And, you know, of course, we can understand that, but part of the fun is to see what she's going to wear. It's the biggest red carpet of all.
Absolutely.
But, you know, once she decides which kind of, you know, what her agenda is going to be, I think our attention will move on to something else.
But it's so much fun to look at the clothes.
It is, and this is important for the industry because, you know, as you know, it's
This
struggling.
could put people on the map.
It certainly has put Jason Wu and Isabel Toledo on the map because these are people who don't have these huge budgets for advertising. So this is quite the coup for them.
She also, we should say she paid for these outfits.
Yes,
They didn't give them to her.
The entire Obama trousseau was paid for by them.
Which explains maybe why she chose, for example, for the Disney concert to wear J. Crew, more affordable, and to put the girls in J. Crew coats yesterday.
True, and I also think part of it is just the way that she's sort of addressed fashion throughout, from the campaign and onward. The idea of being able to wear high and low and being more accessible. And I have to say, I also think that's sort of what's contributed to her becoming this kind of fashion star, because people look at what she's wearing and they can go out and buy that exact outfit.
Exactly. They can do that, and they can say, they can emulate her.
They can buy those gloves she had on yesterday.
I know. Thank you so much, Robin.
Pleasure.
Caban.
Stay
Good
warm.
To have you. You too.